Hi to all listeners. Here I am with Melita to share some thoughts and experiences from our roles of trainer and supervisors, how mindfulness can be used and useful in psychotherapy trainings. So to go back to the beginning, with me is Melita Mihajlović Košak. You are a psychologist, a psychotherapist, and a provisional trainer and supervisor in TA, and a mindfulness teacher.
Yes,
Yeah,
that is correct.
that is you.
That is me. Thank you for your introduction, Tatjana. I'm excited and curious to be here and to share my thoughts on this topic. And we'll see what happens in this field.
I'm also very curious and excited about it. And to introduce myself, I'm Tatjana Gjurković, psychologist, psychotherapist, and a trainer and supervisor in transactional analysis from Croatia. I did not say that you're from Slovenia, which I really like. The fact that we are from different countries and that we are introducing this topic together.
Yes, neighbors.
Neighbors, yes. So let me introduce to you the first episode. The first episode is, the idea of the first episode is we talk about what kind of role mindfulness can have in training and what is the mindfulness in our mind. And so we will offer some of our thoughts and experiences, how we have so far used mindfulness in psychotherapy training and what we have seen.
What happens if we do, huh?
Yeah. So I will stop for a little bit and offer you space, Melita, to guide us a short practice to introduce us to this field in that way too.
Yes, so I had an idea to this discussion to for us discussing this topic and for listeners to listen this topic, we might start from a more mindful field. So here would be my invitation to a really short mindfulness practice where we could just, center ourselves a bit more in the present moment. So for anyone who's listening, I would just invite you to be comfortable in your posture. That might mean sitting down, lying down, or standing up. Maybe do a change in your posture just right now. And just settle in a posture that feels just right for you for this moment, that feels comfortable, and maybe also a posture that where you can bring an attitude of awareness and being awake and being present right now, just for this. So letting maybe everything that you've been through today a little bit on the side and seeing if you can really come to this place right now, to this moment, and sort of arriving home into your bodies. Just sensing that you're here, your body's here, and just coming and placing yourself there. And while you're arriving in your bodies, just kind of making this space and the bigger field of awareness where everything is welcome. Just noticing what is there for you in this moment. Maybe some thoughts, Some images are arriving. Maybe some emotions. Or maybe you can notice some sensations in your body. Just knowing that there's nothing that needs to be excluded, nothing to be repaired, nothing to achieve. Just making this space to be exactly as you are right now. Anything can come and you can become aware of it, and you can also let it go. Maybe something similar as if you were looking up into the sky and the clouds would be arriving over the sky, and you had the opportunity seeing every cloud and also allowing it to go further. Just becoming aware, noticing, and letting go. And then my invitation is to narrow down this field of attention and to make it smaller, and to bring your attention to your breath. Just noticing that you're breathing right now. And also here, there is no need to be correcting your breath in any way or changing it, or achieving something. Just seeing if you can make this space for your breath to flow in its natural rhythm. That is just now. Maybe being aware that our breath is always here, always available. This can be our place where we can return anytime we need to reconnect with the present moment, with ourselves. And now again, just widening this field of attention so that we include in this field also our bodies. So we become aware of the body from the head to the toes. Maybe also keeping the awareness of the breath here. If you like this, you can also imagine how the breath is flowing through the whole of our bodies. Every in-breath and every out-breath. And maybe noticing how is now, how we are. Maybe what's present for you now in your body when coming to the end of this practice. And just seeing if it's possible to take this way of awareness, this way of presence, into our next phase, where we'll talk more about mindfulness. Seeing if you can listen and be really present with me and Tatjana.
Thank you. Thank you for this. I became aware of both excitement, but also the level of anxiety I felt in the beginning.
Yeah.
I felt how you were calming me down through this practice.
Yeah, it's interesting how you say this, because I was also, because I could be also mindful about my state and how I'm arriving into my body. And I could really notice that I just, also for me, it was, okay, I'm just arriving now, because I was more just in my head, and we were talking about the content, what we'll discuss. And I could see how I was coming slowly from this moment where I start a bit faster and more from here, and I could feel how I'm dropping my attention lower into my body and towards my stomach. And so I could feel like, oh, okay, now I'm slowing down and I'm arriving. And I was thinking that this is something what is maybe one of the key tools for me as a teacher with the students, because every time, I come in with a new group, and there's excitement and there's anxiety, and, what will happen. And I really like to do this, like with every group I arrive in and start the training or like a workshop, just to also for myself, just to really arrive there, actually. And to just acknowledge, where I am, and my anxiety also, of course. And yeah.
I like it. Imagine how students or participants of some workshop can also find it very beneficial of allowing them to arrive to the workshop, to the program.
Yeah.
And that was actually our motivation to do this podcast, to talk about how we can implement this mindfulness practice into the training and supervision as well.
Yeah, how and why, and and this is maybe one of just my own personal whys. Why? Yeah.
Okay, so let's maybe start with the thinking part that we were thinking prior what we will talk about, and we talked about maybe we could start with defining what mindfulness is for us. So what would you say? What is mindfulness for you?
I guess it's probably something within, the typical definitions of mindfulness. So there's something about being really in the here and now, being present, knowing in a way what's happening within me, knowing how to do this, maybe even how to check in with myself and see, what's there, in the sense of, what thoughts are there, something what we did just now in the practice. Are there emotions that are there for me, something happening in my body? And so, but also being aware what's around me, all the information I can get from my surroundings through my senses, what I see, what I hear, and how this kind of interacts. And And then there's also a component of mindfulness that I find really important, and that is that non-judgmental component, or a component of acceptance, maybe even compassion, indirectly, which I feel is very important. It's not directed in the sense that, just accepting everything that happens in my life, but it's more about accepting how I am with what is happening in my life or what is happening right now. So more in that sense of allowing myself to be as I am, allowing myself to feel as I feel. And I think that both of these components did need to be kind of present there. And I feel there's also, like with mindfulness, what I'm developing, it's kind of that the capacity of kind of this centered perspective, where I can move, like not move away in the sense of dissociation of what's happening, but kind of take that active observing position and say, okay, I'm here, and this is something that's happening to me. So practicing that, I don't know, probably metacognition, meta position, kind of, okay, I'm here and this is something that's going on for me. And I can just be with it. So I'm not my anxiety. I am me, and this is what I feel. This is what's going on for me right now regarding to this and this event. Yeah. Or I'm not my depression, or I'm not my cancer, or something like that. Yeah, so it's just, cultivating from moment to moment that non-judgmental attitude for my surroundings and for my inner landscape in a way. Yeah. What do you think?
Wow.
You like that?
I love it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad.
I love so much listening to you and the way how you speak about it. I really hear how much it is important to you and how much it is present in your teacher and supervisor role, and how many layers you see, you cultivate, you use.
Yeah, thanks. It's nice to hear that. You can somehow hear this. Yeah.
Mm. Mm. I would agree with you.
Great.
I would maybe add a metaphor that
Yes.
I like to return to, and to add a bit how I see mindfulness. And I like particular mindfulness image I like is to be as an ocean, where you are deep down, always peaceful and calm, and up there you can have a huge waves or small waves, or this kind of wind, this kind of sun, and all other things that are going on the surface level, which you come and go, come and go.
Yeah.
And in the same moment, deep down, you can cultivate the calmness in yourself.
Yeah. 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 I really like how you said this. And I think using metaphors like this, because there's quite some metaphors that we can use and are really useful when teaching mindfulness and talking about mindfulness. because it's really, on one hand, you feel like this is such an easy concept just to kind of understand, but then in practice, it's not so easy. And this kind of metaphors are really helpful to just imagine and to kind of grasp easily that sense of what does it mean to be just present with, thunderstorms and waves and everything that's just arriving in your life.
Yeah. While you are talking this now, another thing came in my mind, and that is that you are in the same moment that wave influenced by thunderstorm and the deep down ocean. So you're both. It's not that you're separate.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm thinking now, maybe sometimes, there's this, I don't know, maybe sense that, with mindfulness, I'll be just calm all the time, no matter what happens, and everything will be zen all the time, and nothing will crush me down or something. But actually, it doesn't mean this, because I will get affected by things. I will get affected by events, but it's just, I guess, that resource I can build in myself, how to, within the thunderstorm, how to find some clarity within me, maybe feeling of being safe with me. It's maybe it's almost like I think Siegel said something like it's almost like being in a safe attachment with yourself, kind of having that security within you, no matter what comes, And I will feel sad, and I will be angry, and I will be disappointed, and there's gonna be difficulties, but I have within this, or next to this, I also have that place at the bottom of the ocean where there's also, I can reconnect with that and find some rest there, and some understanding of myself and what's happening for me, and how to support myself through this.
Yeah, and it's such a powerful tool to have it in both daily life and also in professional life.
Yeah, I think so.
And that for to teach students how to be mindful, how to work mindfully, and how to live mindfully. I think we can cultivate in the trainings. I think we as a trainer and supervisors can be a great model to show in the relationship with them as well, how we as a teachers, as supervisors can be mindful and how to offer this moment-to-moment awareness to them.
And I think that's the best way to start, where you said it, to be a model for that. Just to by the way you are and how you come into relationship with them, so they have actually like direct relational experience, what means, someone coming from that mindful space into the group and into relationships with them individually.
Yes, exactly. And when in the beginning we shared our own anxiety regarding these recordings, I was also thinking about how usually in the groups I train. I have first part of the time is connecting in, where people can share different kind of feelings.
Yeah.
And what I noticed, and also thoughts and experiences, and what I noticed that some of them are reluctant to share some of the feelings, because they have a feeling that's all they have, that they will consume in a way the group.
Oh, yeah.
While if they learn how to use mindfulness, then they will learn to be an ocean, and that is only part of them. That's only the wave, and it's only the wave in the group as well. The group can also cultivate the calmness in itself, of course, with all its phases. But
Yes. Yes. And at the same time, it's in a way a skill. It's in a way a skill that needs to be learned and trained, and it can be learned and trained. So yes, and I think it's something that's we need to, as trainers, have sensitivity about that. Mindfulness can be in a way difficult for some students. Not everyone feels comfortable just coming in like this, and coming in contact and being aware and sharing all this, and this is difficult. And mindfulness, for example, mindfulness practices, and like in this way coming back to yourself and just coming back and being with you and being it can be quite evocative, in the sense, so a lot can happen there, and it can, people can get overwhelmed, and it can be too much. So like when starting with the training, like with the first year, we definitely need to have more sensitivity there. Starting slowly, teaching students how to get in contact with themselves, how to become aware, also teaching them how to share and how to respect their boundaries, and it's also fine if they don't share sometimes, because they're learning, how much will I go if I stay inside and don't share, and next time I'll try and share more, and then I'll come back inside. So it's kind of that learning that needs to happen, how to share, what are the ways that are safe for me, basically, because we are also in a group, which can be by itself a more scary setting, especially with new people. Yeah.
I agree with you. Also, while listening to your pitfalls, some dangers of using mindfulness, behind I still hear how we still teach people to be mindful, even if we are teaching them how to be mindful of their boundaries and how much to share, how much not. We are still inviting them to become aware what is at this moment feels right for them, for whatever reason.
Exactly. To be in contact and to know, is this right for me? Is this not right for me? And if I don't know, to just have that, how to say, that allowance, and then we as a teacher to allow that, they need to try and see what happens sometimes if they don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I completely agree that we need to be very mindful of different personalities, different experiences, different needs, and maybe just to return to why, maybe more, why would we learn? Why would we teach mindfulness to trainees?
So why would we teach? Um, yeah, I think what I would say here is because learning mindfulness gives you such a good set of skills that you can use later on when working as a therapist with clients that I think are really necessary. And I would just draw here from, actually, there's quite some research that's done on this now, where they were seeing how, include supervisees or students into mindfulness program, and there are actually really good results seen through that. What are the benefits? So it was. I'm just looking at the book I have like in front of me, because I would like to just maybe read this section, and I will tell you which book this is. So this has shown also personal and professional benefits for students. They showed like enhanced emotional regulation. They had a sense of a better well-being, of more better ways to regulate stress. They saw the change. They had stronger therapeutic relationships. They could feel like they have better boundaries between themselves and the client. So what also research shows, there was more empathy with supervisees when working with clients. Also, what was there, that also some compassion-focused interventions were related to trainees' development of their capacities, for example, emotional regulations, coping strategies. There was less self-criticism, there was more self-compassion, there was more compassion for others. So, and while I'm reading this, and like if we listen to it, these are really good capacities to have when working with clients, really necessary. And what I feel is, and I like to address that in workshops when talking about mindfulness, to address in partly, it's not only important to teach them mindfulness as some kind of technique they can use with the client, but primarily to have this tool, this skill, that it's learned for them, for their well-being. Because in our profession as therapists, there is so much burnout, for example. There is so much stress, and I see mindfulness as a really good way, like that, you can support yourself through this profession. And so there's this part, and there's also the beneficial part for working actually with clients. Yeah.
Yes, sometimes my students, after a workshop with you, they say that they remember some of the exercises they done with you to do it for themselves in difficult moments.
Oh, that is so good to hear.
Yes.
So
Some
good.
of them do mindful walking,
Oh, yeah.
mindful eating, and yes. So
Yeah.
yes, I completely agree, and I think many things, and particularly mindfulness, we need to start from ourselves.
Yeah.
And it is easy to forget, and it is crucial to do whatever we can not to forget.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. Because like also from a point of a teacher when teaching, like if we teach students the, mindfulness just in a way of this is a technique you can do, this is a practice you can do, but there's no like broader awareness and understanding why, and what does this mean and what can it bring. It's it might happen that it will have not much use or even be counterproductive. So I think it's necessary that we, try to have our experience, to practice mindfulness, um, to have that in our lives, for some deeper understanding.
Yes, I agree with you, Melita. Enjoy this
Glad to hear.
conversation. Yes, and I very much enjoy our conversation, and I'm also mindful of our timings.
Yeah.
We have plenty of more questions that we were thinking of, but we were also thinking of having more this kind of sessions and episodes.
Yeah.
Maybe this could be a good moment to stop after we defined and talked about whys and maybe some pitfalls.
Mhm.
Stop for now.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think, we started, opened up, and yeah, there's quite, lively conversation there, I feel.
Mm.
And it's been just nice to be in this field with you and share this.
Mm. Yes, it was with you too. And maybe I was thinking maybe we could do some short mindfulness exercise now at the end, maybe to return to our breath and to our body. Do you
That
have something quick for us?
Yes, I will just do. I had the same feeling. I would like to just now again settle, and so yeah, thank you for suggesting this. And yes, I would again invite you now to just take a position, maybe even change the position of your body, or just be really aware how you sit down or stand up, and just becoming aware of your body, how it is right now, becoming aware of the position your body's in. And being aware maybe of the contact that your body makes with the floor or with the chair. Just sensing that connection. And really bringing the awareness into your body. And coming into your body the way that you would be coming to greet an old friend, just kind of saying how, hi, How are you right now? What's there for you? So just seeing what's there for you right now, staying and echoing after this discussion you were listening to. Something that's staying with you, perhaps, just noticing anything that's there. Whatever is, it's welcomed. And just registering, how am I at this moment? And then just after this, coming real shortly to your breath and just taking one or two really present and aware breaths, seeing if you can follow the whole in-breath and the whole out-breath as they travel through your body. And then becoming aware of your outer space, your surroundings, just being aware where you are. And if perhaps your eyes were closed, just now opening them and looking around your space, the room, or maybe through your window, and just arriving.
Great, thank you, Melita, once again. This felt so good.
Yeah, there we are.
Well, it's time to stop our first episode. Thank you all who came here and to listen to us. If you have any thoughts, feelings, sensations you would like to share with us, I, I guess both of us would be very curious to hear about it.
Yes, of course. That's a good invitation. Mm.
Otherwise, we will see, listen to each other at some other point, because we have agreed to do this more. And,
Okay. Yeah, and thank you from my side also. Been really nice talking about this subject and energizing. And so looking forward to what else we'll have to say.
yes, we will see what we will what we will think about next time.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.